Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, the unfortunate thing about this community in Twane, they are going to vote the same way that they always have. I mean, this is exactly what I talk about on this channel when it comes to communities, that your vote is the responsibility of the situation that you find yourself in, or those are the consequences of your vote when you are crying about the same old thing. I'm looking at this community, and this community looks underdeveloped. They slapped them with electricity lines that are now crumbling. They slapped them with water system, which also is crumbling. You can just tell that these are neglected people. And only goodness knows what else that they are neglected that is basic needs of that community. But every time when they go to the polls, they vote for the same party, same people that don't care. And then the that party that is called the criminal enterprise comes to this community because a different political party is in charge of the city, and then they make them say the things that they are saying on camera. Because right now I believe that the mayor of Twani is a member of the of Action SA. So now they are going to take all the problems of the past 30 years and dump them onto Action SA's mayor, and then they say the things that they are saying. And yet, when the ANC was in charge, what did they say? Did they cry about the crumbling infrastructure? Did they cry about their roads not tarred in the past 31 years? Now, because it's time for the local government elections and the ANC wants to win Twana back, like as a single party, now they are buying communities to say the things that they are saying, whether they are bought or not. Still, I don't care. You're the one who voted. You're the one who said, hey, please continue to abuse me. You, through your vote. So now, why you want us to care? I think it's important that going forward, any community that votes, especially for the ANC, and then 2 weeks down the line, they are on the streets marching, we're not going to pay attention to you. We're not going to empathize, sympathize. Instead, we'll tell you, sure, sure. That's what we'll tell you. You deserve what you voted for. So why are you crying? Why are you crying? So I'm not buying this. I'm not buying at all. To me, it sounds like a typical ANC thing to do. Like when Herman Mashaba was in charge of the city of Johannesburg, suddenly there was spats of protest in the city of Johannesburg. Spats of protest. Actually, was a mayor of Johannesburg under the DA at the time. Remember, the Ramaphosa even went to Alexandra and promised them 1 million houses in 6 months or something. I'm sorry, how many houses were built ever since? I'm just curious. How many houses were built? Because I think this happened around 2016 ish. Yeah, the Bell Pottinger days. So yeah, how many houses were built again? Is it 2017 or 20? When? But you remember that promise. And the people of Alexandra, what did y'all do again? Yeah, and then you want us to feel bad for you. No, we're no longer going to feel bad. Just like no longer any South African should feel bad for Limpopo and the Eastern Cape and even the Free State and Northern Cape, because they have not had enough yet. They have not had enough yet of what other provinces are beginning to experience because they no longer vote for the ANC. No more. No more, guys. So the people of Twane, stop listening to the ANC. If it's the EFF, don't listen to them either. As not even especially. Both the ANC and the EFF. Both of them. Do not even look their direction when they come to campaign. These people, they sit on their laurels and they do nothing. All they do is yap, 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 yap. And then you're like, okay, now let's see what you have done or what transpired out of the yapping. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. These people, they bully South Africans. They think they own South Africans. Right now, Xolani Khumalo is now the mayoral candidate of Ekurhuleni. Guess who's salty about it? And then you have to ask yourself, since when do we belong to you guys? Why do you think that you own us? Why can't we decide to do whatever it is that we want to do within the parameters of the law and especially our constitutional rights to choose? Why must it always be you that is chosen? You are like the sore loser. I don't think you guys ever did sports to understand how it works. That when you are a good sportsman, you go to your opponent that just won. One thing I hate about when summer is about to start is when the low pressure starts. Because when there's low pressure, the weather, there's clouds and they're scattered and they disturb the exposure of the video. I apologize again, guys. It looks terrible, I know. Oh, gosh. Anyways, as I was saying, they think they own us. We don't have rights to choose who we want to join, who to vote for. All they do is uphlaza nje and anger. They are so angry. And as they show this anger, Nobukhotheni comes out. Oskhotheni, it comes out. Ukuthi we thina sohlongandlebe vele we never listened even to our parents. Sohlongandlebe, you will do as we say. You will join us. You will do this. No. In case you have not noticed, EFF members, your party is also a goner, just like the ANC. Now, I'm just letting you know now so that you can begin to accept, go through the 5 stages of grief. Because I'm telling you, when the local government election results come out, I hope your chest is okay because you're gonna get a lot of chest pains. Whatever it is that you have, it's gone, gone. Why? Because the people of South Africa are sick and tired of being bullied. Just like the people of South Africa are tired of being lied to by the ANC. Just sick and tired. Let people choose what political party they want to join. Let people choose what they vote for. Let people choose because at the end of the day, people choose with their own conscience. Just like that community in Tshwane. If they vote EFF or they vote ANC, they voted with their conscience and therefore suffer those consequences. Suffer the consequences with sewage running in front of your kitchen, with water pipes bursting, and nobody, all they do is just put a little demarcation mark there to say, hey, don't, with plastic, whatever you call those things. And then they leave it there for months on end while water is just sipping out of the burst pipes. And guess who pays for that water? Guess who pays for that water? Your roads. Where is the tar? And yet you have a councillor. Your electric poles are falling apart. And you are giving excuses about cable theft, cable theft, cable theft. What are you doing as a community to protect that infrastructure? Because clearly your councillor doesn't care. And I bet as tomorrow will exist, you'll be voting for the same councillor. The same one. I don't buy it anymore. I really don't buy it anymore. You need to take accountability after the elections. Take accountability. And I want to say something that I've said before on many videos, probably from like May or so, where I said, do not vote for a mayoral candidate that was not born in your city because they don't know somebody that's coming from KZN and then comes and stand as a mayor of Johannesburg. What do they know about Johannesburg? What do they? Yes, I understand everyone has a right of movement because it's a constitutional right. But when it comes to service, only a Joburger will know, number one, how Joburg used to look like. Number two, the experiences that they've had, the good memories that they've had about the city of Johannesburg, and how they reminiscence of that. And now that they are in that position, how they are going to restore that glory. Rather than a person coming from KwaZulu-Natal, why that person from KwaZulu-Natal doesn't hop on a train or however they got to Joburg and go back to eThekwini, which is rotten, and stand for mayor in that metro. And that is why I like the appointment of Xolani Khumalo, because he's a born and raised Ekurhuleni, or the East Render. Let me put it that way. He was born in Tembisa. So he knows how Campton Park used to look like. He knows how Germiston used to look like. He knows how all these other places in Campton Park looked like when he was growing up. And I'm sure in his plans, it's like there are parts of the city or of the what do you call the metro that reminds me of my childhood, and I want to restore that. He knows. So now there comes somebody from the city of Johannesburg to stand as mayor of Ekurhuleni. What do they know about that? What do they know? So I am very happy about this, that the Action SA seems to be listening to people when they are talking. Like, get a native. Get a native. If it's not a native, then it's somebody that grew up as a child in that city, because when they arrived there, they knew and they know and they're reminiscence of that old city that they grew up under. And they would like to revive and restore some things while at the same time be innovative and be in line with the 21st century. So I'm that's what you need to do, guys. Do that. Same goes with your counselor. You cannot have somebody that is going to represent you coming from somewhere else and they know nothing about your community. All because they sound good. They sound good. No, don't do that anymore. Those questions that I shared the other time, very important to ask. In fact, ask that the last question: where were you born and where were you raised? Let's ask those questions. Where were you born and where were you raised? And when did you come to here to this particular city? If they tell you, "Oh, I got here when I was 18, 20," sorry, sorry, because you don't know how the city used to look like. But if you maybe from preteen, teens, and that means they went to school here. They went to school here, primary and high school. That could be an exception. But yeah, guys, it is what it is at this point. At the end of the day, you are responsible for your own community. Just like that ward in Tshwane, they are responsible with their vote. Their vote is the one that put them in that situation. And now you are being used by political parties to come in front of a camera and say, whatever. And then you want us to care. No, we will criticize Sonjaja from going forward. We will judge you. We will laugh at you. Like, look at you. Look at you. Why did you vote that way? Why did you vote that way? So now don't come to me and say, but then what do we vote for? Political parties will be dropping their manifestos. I always call those stuff lies. You know, I believe a political party, when they are going to come to you, don't make promises. Because the first question I'm going to ask you, where's the money? Where are you going to get the money from? Because to build, from what I understand, a 1 kilometer tarred road, it can cost up to 100 million rand. Now, what about a 10-kilometer tarred road? What about a freeway, a highway? What about streets inside the township? And on top of that, you still have houses. Each house will probably cost 400,000 rand to build. Yeah, those little matchbox. So where are you going to get the money from? So I would rather hear you say, "Hey, listen, we don't have the money to do what you want in the immediate, but our innovative thoughts are saying that this is how we are going to draw investors. This is how we are going to involve the community with the little resources that we have. Not how we promise you this, we are going to do that and that and that. And then when it's time to deliver, you say there's no money. When did you realize there's no money? When did you realize that? I don't know, guys. I know we can dive deeper into this issue, but at the end of the day, do not be blinded by political parties that are opportunists like the EFF and criminal enterprises like the ANC. Don't do it. You'll be making a big mistake. What have they done for you except bully you, threaten you, intimidate you? What have they done for you? And don't say, oh, they've never been in government. Even if you have not been in government, the little that your party has, what has it done to transform lives? Anyways, guys, let's leave it here. And please, whatever you do, please do me a big favor by liking the video. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.